We have UFC Fight Night, Derrick Lewis versus Sergey Spivak for the November 19th card in 2022. This main event's actually pretty interesting. Derrick Lewis versus Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak is like kind of coming up a little bit, kind of having a, I don't want to say revitalization, but he's had some good wins, some pretty dominant grappling wins, wrestling wins, and has looked pretty impressive. Derrick Lewis, he might be looking like he's going on the other side of the hill right now, but we're not sure. This is a very interesting matchup in my opinion, and I'm kind of interested on breaking this down because it is such an interesting matchup. But I'm going to go through how they physically match up with each other, their previous fights and things like that, and how I think the fight will go on in this video for my early prediction. And yeah, let's get right into how they match up with each other. For Derrick Lewis and Sergey Spivak is the younger fighter here. He's 10 years younger. Derrick Lewis does have some more fights, 7 more losses, and let's do some quick math. What was that? Like 12 more wins. They're about the same height. Derrick Lewis will be 14 pounds heavier. We'll have a 1-inch reach advantage and a half an inch leg reach disadvantage for Derrick Lewis. For the last couple fights, Derrick Lewis has gotten losses against Sergey Pavlovich, like pretty early in the fight. Pretty controversial finish there. A lot of people thought Derrick Lewis was still in the fight. A pretty good fight against Tai Tuivasa. They kind of went hand in hand in that fight. Pretty interesting fight in general. He did get KO'd in that fight. It looked like he kind of gave up a little bit though. I don't really want to say that, but it is kind of what it looked like. He looked like he was, I don't want to say, well, give up. I think he was just ready to go out. I think he started to realize, like, this is a lot of freaking damage. I don't want to take anything else. So I'm going to, brace up, make sure I don't hurt myself falling down when I get KO'd. But and then did have a win before that against Chris Dawkins, lost to Cyril Gahn for the interim title, and then knocked out Curtis Blades in a very violent manner for sure. For Sergey Spivak, his last fight was against Augusto Sakai. Pretty much dominated him on the ground. Ended the fight with ground and pound. Augusto Sakai's a pretty big dude too, so that was pretty impressive. Same thing with Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy's a pretty big dude too. I wouldn't say he's as good as Augusto Sakai, but Augusto Sakai is all right. But Greg Hardy, pretty solidly impressive win. Lost to Tom Aspinall before that, one against Alexei Oleinik, and one against Jared Vandeer before that. Also, for this fight, it's just extremely interesting. A lot of people I hear say Sergey Spivak's gonna out wrestle Derrick Lewis. He's gonna ground and pound him and things like that. And then some people are saying Derrick Lewis is gonna KO him. Tapology, I believe, is saying that Derrick Lewis will have, or the picks are going 54% to Derrick Lewis. I agree with that. I actually think Derrick Lewis will win this fight by KO. It's so close though because I don't know if it's close, but I think some people forget that Derrick Lewis is pretty good off his back. Does have some decent takedown defense also. I think there's a couple videos out there where it's like Derrick Lewis's takedown defense where he just gets up out of nowhere and just like I'm kind of takedown defense is like I'm sick of being on my back and just gets up on his own. But I don't think he'll be able to get. I think he might be able to get taken down, but I don't think for long. I think he's going to be able to get up. And then on the stand-up, a lot of guys just don't want to engage in the takedowns. Like you saw what happened to Curtis Blades, like that first or second takedown he went for, he got absolutely knocked out. Even against DC, like DC was the only one to really maul him on the ground, and even then, Derrick Lewis was still able to have his moments where he's able to get up. Does have some solid takedown defense and some bottom defense. So I'm gonna go Derrick Lewis here by KO. I just think he'll eventually be able to catch Sergey Spivak, but I could also see Sergey Spivak just trying to outpoint him. But I think Derrick Lewis at this point, like you saw in the Sergey Pavlovich fight and the fight before, I think, who was it? Let me check real quick. Tai Tuivasa and Chris Dawkins, he kind of just went forward and just started throwing. Chris Dawkins, he was a little iffy because Chris Dawkins had quite a bit of range on him, but he was able to cut off Chris Dawkins a little bit because he kept circling. So he'll cut that off and then absolutely just lay it on him. So I think Derrick Lewis will be able to just keep throwing and eventually catch Sergey Spivak in this fight. So I'm gonna go Derrick Lewis by a first or early second round KO. I just think he'll be able to catch him. Sergey Spivak again is a pretty good fighter. He does have some pretty good wrestling, but I don't know. I think Derrick Lewis will be able to avoid it. Now, will the age thing come to head here? Maybe. Derrick Lewis's chin, I don't know how confident I am in it. But again, his last 2 fights were against Tai Tuivasa and Sergey Pavlovich, and he did really well against Tai Tuivasa. Got pretty much KO'd against Sergey Pavlovich, went face forward. I thought it was a fine stoppage. He went face forward, like pretty much telling the referee, like, if you fall on your head and you're not like protecting yourself there, that's like, you can call that over. But he did get up immediately. Like, the chin is fine if he's able to recover relatively quickly there. But yeah, I'm going to go Derrick Lewis in this fight. I think he's just going to be able to catch him, which will be the big difference in this fight. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a pretty quick breakdown. I'm kind of, a lot of people are kind of hating on this. I don't know. I think I saw a couple people use this as a way to boost up like Tai Tuivasa versus Sergey Pavlovich for a main event over Holland versus Wonderboy. I'm like, no. I think Holland versus Wonderboy is a way better main event. And people are hating on this main event, but I think it's pretty interesting. It's always cool to see Derrick Lewis in a main event. He does have still has some good, pretty much, I don't want to say star power, but people know of him. He's a funny dude after the fight on the mic, and a very entertaining fighter. So yeah, I'm going to go Derrick Lewis. I've probably said my prediction about like 10 times at this point, but Derrick Lewis by a first or second round KO. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We have UFC 280 coming up. Tomorrow we have UFC Fight Night Arawajo versus Grasso. So we get through tomorrow's fight with Askarov and Royval off, which is wonderful, right? Makes the card so much better. Sarcasm, by the way. But then we have UFC 280. Hopefully nothing happens to that card. I'm hoping every day that nothing happens to that card. I'll be breaking it down. Predictions will be out on Sunday for that fight, and I think I'll break down about 5 fights, fully break them down all 5 days next week. That's the plan, at least. So probably Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady on Monday. Who else we got? Sean O'Malley versus Cody Ryan. Aljamain Sterling versus, is that even 5? Oh, Aljamain Sterling versus against CJ Dillashaw. And then we have I'll probably break down Dariush versus Gamrot. And then the main event, which is Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time.